Hi, this is Sun Yong, your option trading specialist. Today, I wanted to talk about why it is very, very important to do a trading out of fear. Now, let's talk about this. Everything in life, if you were to operate fear, then the results that you get is not going to be good. In fact, you won't even be able to do anything if you're living your life in fear or doing option trading out of fear. Now, I'm not saying that you should just ignore it, but try to do your option trading in a positive thoughts with a positive mindset, thinking like I'm doing trading to make money, not doing trading to lose money. So that's number one important mindset that you have to have. Because if I was to say, okay, I'm going to do an option trading and I'm setting up this trade and I'm going to be losing money, then you know what? Might as well not even do it. Why would I want to lose money? I'm here to set up my option trading, hoping to make money. Yeah, better money than anywhere else that I could make working for the corporate world. So I wanted to share something very, very important. Sometimes, and I've done this when I was studying. I thought to myself, take an example here. Let's look at this Boeing. And like I'm losing, this is a stock. I ended up buying a one share of stock and I'm losing $1,317 or $14. It's just changing because market is open right now. So if I'm afraid of losing this kind of money, and if I was to close it right now, I would be losing exactly the amount that it shows that I'm going to lose. So why should I close it now? Now, stocks does not have an expiring date. So therefore, you could hold it as long as you want. You could hold it for 30 days, 1 year, 6 months, or 5 years, or 10 years, or 30 years, which I don't recommend doing that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait till the market goes up. So for example, I have this working order for my Boeing. So right here, you see right now the Boeing is going at $159.37, which is a closing credit. And also is the market right here, $159.39. But you noticed I set this up at $258 per share. So when the market goes up, I'm going to sell my Boeing stocks at this price. Now, how did I decide to choose this, closing price? Well, let's take a look at the Boeing. Okay. If we were to take a look at it, look at the chart. Okay, now 160.02 is the highest for 5-day right here. It tells you 5 days here, 5-day and 10-day. Just look at my charts here. So 5-day, 10-day, and a 20-day. But I set mine up at $258. Remember, if we were to go back in here, $258 per share, that's when I'm going to sell my stocks and I'll make lots and lots of profit. Now, how long is it going to take for the Boeing stock to reach to 258? We have no idea. Now, when did I set this up? So we could take a look at this. When did I buy this stocks on Boeing at 172.50 here? That's the trade price. That means I bought the stocks at this price, and this was set up on the April of this year. So May, June, July. So about three months ago. So see, it says plus 100. That means I bought one share at $172.50. That's the price showing right in here. Current market is 159. So you could see current market is below the price that I bought the stocks for. That's the reason why I'm losing money. And that's the reason why I also set this up at $258 per share to sell it and I'll make money. So by presetting this closing orders is the key. And if I was to look at this, and let's just say I wanted to change this to maybe a 1 year or 2 year, 1 year. Now it says 241 is the highest that it's gone up. So I could just say maybe 3 years. Now 3 year says that it's gone up as high as $391. So you noticed I have set it at 258 between 1 year and a 3-year mark. But that's just, I set it up to pre-close in case the market hits between now and hopefully sooner than 1 year or hopefully sooner than 3 years, as indicated on this chart. Now, another thing that I wanted to talk about is you have to trust the process. So in other words, you could see here, field order. I had a delta. This is options. I set this up on, let's see, looking at my journal, was on the 19th. So today's what, the 21st? So 2 days ago, I set this options on a delta. Now, I paid $6.30 debit to get into this delta. And you noticed it was closed today. So if I was to hover over this, it says 21st of July, and I closed it. The reason I closed this is because what I wanted to talk to you about now. When I was looking at this trade on the 20th, which was yesterday, I was losing $24. So talking about doing your trades out of fear, like normally I don't do it this way, but I'm doing this for the video purposes. But I didn't want to lose more than $24. So I didn't want to lose $24. $24 doesn't seem a lot of money. But again, I just feel like I don't want to take a chance of losing $24. And as of yesterday, it was like I had a 16 days left on it. See the days? I have a 16 days left. So you noticed it ended up being closed today at 7:30, right when the market opened. And that's the reason why you see it's a zero all the way down on the delta, because it's closed. So by closing too soon out of fear, because I was afraid that I didn't want to take a chance of losing $24 or more, I closed it. I scheduled it to close it. So yesterday, when I did my journal, the closing credit was 618. Okay, 618 closing credit. You noticed I closed at 668 credit. So when I set this up yesterday, I said, you know what? It's not too bad. I mean, 618 and 668, and that's like 50 cents more. So I thought I should make money instead of losing it. And so that's exactly what I did. Out of fear, I set this up at 668. Now, the only problem is this. When I'm looking at my journal here, and my journal tells me that I'm going to be making $2,740 of max profit, and then my max loss is $1,260. Now, if I was to look at the calendar here, and I set this up on the 19th of July, and then it's supposed to close on August 5th, right in here. That's a 17-day trade. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17-day trade expires on August 5th. So 17-day trade, because I was trading out of fear, and I pre-closed this closing credit to 668. And I thought, you know what? To me, that's okay, because, at 618 of closing credit yesterday, when market closed, I was losing $24. So if I set it up a little bit more, maybe I'll make money. So it closed today. And so how you figure out how much profits or losses, profit and losses that you have made or lost. So what you do is you take 668 minus, so I'm going to go to my calculator here. Again, for those of you guys don't know how to pull up your calculator, you could just go right in here, and you just go to this plus sign here, and you pull up calculator from this select gadget here. Click on the calculator, and it gives you a calculator right in here. So you take 6.68 minus, I have to go back to my journal now and see what was the debit price that I paid to set up my option. So I paid $6.30. So you take minus, so 668 minus $6.30. I mean, that's easy to figure out, but I wanted you guys to see it. Okay, it's only 38 cents. So now you take 38 cents times how many quantity? 2 total. If you were to look at this, there's a 39 put, there's 1, there's 39 put, there's 1, and 19 put, there's 1, 19 put, there's 1. So total is 2 quantity. So you take 38 cents times by 2 because of 2 quantity. I only made $76. Now I could have made $2,740 $740 if I was to trust the process, if I was to let my options ride all the way until August 5th or sooner than that. But because I was doing my trading out of fear, because what I've seen, losing $24, and I thought, no, I can afford to lose $24. So therefore, I'm going to just raise up my pre-closing credit to make a little bit of money. So I just raised it to $668. Now, the reason I raised that to $668, I explained to you earlier, it was little more than $6.18 of the closing credit yesterday when I did my journal. But I always make sure that closing credit is little more than the debit price that I paid. So by looking at my journal, I paid $6.30 to set up my Delta options. So I raised that up a little bit by, 38 cents or so. So yeah, so I did that and I ended up only making 76. So I missed out on, like, it's a done deal. Like, I can't go back and hoping to make $2,740. That was my max profit when I was setting up my journal, my trades. And so I missed out. So a lot of you guys out there are doing your trading or buying or selling stocks out of fear. You cannot do that. You have to be bold. First of all, when you set up your trades or buying or selling stocks, you're doing it for making money, not to lose money. But sometimes we ended up losing money, or we won't make as much money as we could have, or sometimes we lose more than we wanted to because we do not take care of our trades. We don't write the numbers down for you to use it as information to know how much you want to make or how much you want to lose, so forth. So it is very, very important. So this is kind of lessons that we have to learn. And obviously, I didn't go over this on any of my video because I do not do trades this way at all. But for teaching and showing on the video that some of you guys may find this is very valuable lesson to learn is don't cheat yourself. Don't short yourself by closing it way early. Because look at this. I mean, I have a full 15 days until I could close. That's crazy, right? So why not? Now, let's talk about this. This Pfizer, on the other hand, I have 8 days left and I'm making $685. Now, if I was to look at the overall market watch for the day, and looks like I wouldn't call this a bearish or bullish market. If it is a bullish market, it would all have to be, pretty much all green. This is all the companies that we could see. It's called heat map. You could click the market watch or visual, and you could see this chart here, heat map. But again, I always tell my clients, just because like this market watch for the day says like a bearish or bullish, whatever it is, don't go by that. You have to look at your individual trade and the company that you have your trade on. Okay. So in other words, I'm going back to my monitor and I'm going to look at my Pfizer. So I'm making $710 here on the Pfizer. And what was the closing credit that I have preset? Pfizer. Okay, so 1257. So you go 1257 is the closing market right now, but I set this up at 33, obviously. And if I was to go back to my Pfizer and 1257 credit, and what is the market? 5081. And then I'm making what? PL open is $710. And yet the PL day shows that I'm losing $20.45. If you want to keep track of how much you're making PL day, you could do that. But then I also, most importantly, I keep track of PL open for each trade, just because this lets me know the time that I opened up my trade. For example, like a Pfizer, if I was to click and view trades, so the time that I set this up, which was 12th of July, and then expiring on the 29th of July, which is a week from tomorrow, week from Friday. So I still got another week left, like 8 days, as it indicates right in here. This is including the weekends and everything. So I still have 8 days left. And again, if I would have closed it at making $710, I would miss out on extra, $12.50. So I'm going to let this ride. The reason is because I was able to study my Pfizer chart. I looked at it. Okay. So let's just change this to Pfizer here, PFE, Pfizer is the drug company. And you could see the lowest is 1 and 5 and 10 day is 50.18 right there. In 10 day looks more like 50.03 is the lowest, or 49.99. But anyway, so right now it's a 50.82 is the current market. You could see that right in here, and all these numbers on each individual chart, it says 50.83. That's the indication of the current market. So if this reaches to 50.18, or even, let's change this to 3 years from previous chart here that I was looking at the Boeing company. So you could see I have 8 days left. Within 1 day and 5 day and 10 day mark, it's 50.18. So because I have 8 days left, because looking at my chart movements, 5 to 10 day movement, if this reaches to like 50.18 today, I might close it instead of waiting till, additional 8 days. Why? Because it's reached to lowest point. So my current market goes down to 50.18 before my market closes, or sometime today, I will close this out. Now, if I have like a 30 days left on it, and I may want to wait till this Pfizer goes down to 47.37 to make good money. But why should I close early when I can make more money? So as the market, we know it'll go up and down, and this PL open balance is going to change. Earlier, I was making $710. Now I'm only making $697.50. Again, you do not want to sit in front of the computer and get stressed out by looking at the number on your trades as it goes up and down. It's like, don't say, oh my gosh, I don't know. I was making like $710 like a minute ago. Now I'm only making $697. And so like, I don't want this to go down lower, so I'm going to close right now. Look at it. Your market is at 50.85, and we know that it has gone low as 50.81 or even lower. We've seen it even 20-day market is 47.37. So this is just tells you that your market's not going to move within 1, 5, 10-day movement. It's not going to go below 47. This is just a history to let us know what the market's been doing for 1 day, 5 day, 10 day, 20-day movement. It's gone up as high as 53.92 on a 20-day chart. It's gone as low as 47.37. Current market is 50.86. That's all it's saying. It doesn't say that, within 5 or 10 days that this market will never go down to 47.37 like it shows on 20-day mark. That's not what it's saying. It just gives you the history of what's been doing with this Pfizer within certain time frame. So by me setting my pre-closing order, right here. So Pfizer right now, 12.59. And again, I'm only making $722.50. So you notice 695 a few minutes ago, and it's gone back up to 722.50. And you got to pay close attention to this 12.59 closing credit. So if I was to reset this to, you just right click in there and just replace order. And if I was to unlock this lock here, and let's just say I want to maybe change this to, I got 8 days left on it. So maybe within a 8 day, maybe you'll move like another $1. So I was to just go ahead and change that to 13.59 instead of 12.59, and make sure it's always on the good to cancel instead of day, because then if this current market closing credit does not match my pending closing credit, then by having this on the day, it will expire if it doesn't end up closing my trade. So I always make sure good to cancel and then confirm and send. And then now it's at the working order to go there, and Pfizer 13.59. And so I moved up $1. Now, why did I do that? Well, is there like a dollar movement difference between 1 day movement, 51.46, 50.86, the current market? Yeah. There's definitely, $1 or more movement in 5-day movement right in here. $2 or so difference in here. And then let's look at the 10-day mark. There's definitely 53.92 is the highest and the current market is 50.85. Yeah, there's definitely like $3 movement in there. So knowing, they say like knowledge is a king. Knowing your informations by reading your chart, looking at your chart, definitely that I can make more money than $722 or $710 that indicated earlier. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Now, because it's 8 days left on it still, we could just close this. It's okay. We could leave it 722 because I still have 8 days left on this trade. Not like a delta. I had to close it too early and only made like $76. That's just like I said. Again, if you were to take a value and this being set at the 19th of July and then closing basically like one day because it closed right at the beginning of the market open right at 7:30. So it's actually one day. So one day took me only like what, minute or so to set this trade up and making $76. Like where can you find a job, working like a minute or so, less than 5 minutes, make $76 like I did with the delta. So it didn't seem like a lot of money, but when you look at the value, it's a decent money. But main focus is not to close your trades too soon. You got to manage your trade. And so going back to the Pfizer here, so I'm not going to, close it right now because I still have a good solid 8 days left to go. And I have seen $1 to $2 or $3 movement between 1 and 5 and 10-day chart that I was looking at. Now, if I don't have any indications where, there's a movement like that, if I don't see any of this chart that there's a movement of, $1, $2 or $3 difference, I may just close it today. But because there is indications, strong indications that within 8 days that it would only have to move, like a dollar more, as we showed you on this Pfizer here, 12.54. It was 12.59 earlier and 13. So it's dollar movement, dollar. So with that, I hope that you'll find a great value by watching my videos. And if you like it, you're getting some information, please continue to follow me and click the like buttons. I love to get comments from you guys and see what you guys like to see more videos of. And I will try my best to provide the type of video that you guys like to see when it comes to option trading and things like that. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll see you on my next video. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Ciao out.